We're home early, aren't we?
I'm meeting with Grandfather about our party for ELQ tomorrow night. Shouldn't you be going over the last-minute details with Reginald?
No. Actually, you know what? Let me redefine that. Reginald definitely should because it's his job. But I'm way too busy here.
We're expecting several European partners, Carly.
And your point would be what?
You see, you're not getting this. This is a very important party. Our family has always made a point on presenting a united front here.
That's funny. I guess nobody bothered to mention it to Alan and Monica then, did they? AJ, what's the big deal? Your secretary can plan the party. You'll do just fine with the European investors. Tell them I got a headache.
Hey, you will be there. You have no choice.
Doesn't this ever bore you, AJ? The threats and the blackmail and the whole...
Just trying to make the best of a situation that you created, Carly. Now here, listen to me, all right? You stay with me on this. You see, you are an asset to me in public. It's useful for the CEO of ELQ to have a smart, charming, beautiful wife. Now, if you were to drop out and stop functioning in that way, well then, you'd no longer be of any use to me. And as far as our son goes, well, he's proven that he's quite adaptable. Sure, he can get along just fine without his money.
You will never take my son away from me. Do you think I'm hell to live with now? You try it. You have no
Well, then
idea.
I guess you better start cooperating.
I will make your life miserable if you try to...
The harder you fight, the more grounds you give me to... more grounds you give me to take away my son, Carly. And to throw your little butt back in Ferncliff. And we both know that I can find a number of people to testify to your emotional instability. Come on, you want me to spell it out for you?
What the hell happened to you, man? Used to be something. You know, compassion, mercy. It's gone.
I guess you burned it out of me. You have that effect on people. Now, sweetheart, shouldn't you be checking in on those canapes? Good.
Put that phone down at once.
What's your problem?
You don't know? Why doesn't that surprise me? All right, I'll tell you. Thanks to your shoddy management, ELQ is facing another dock strike. Oh, what was I thinking? Counting on you instead of Ned. Oh. I spent a king's ransom on that fool crane that you wanted, and what good will it do ELQ if the longshoremen go on strike?
They go on strike, which they won't.
Oh, why should I accept empty assurances from a man who has had months and still has not resolved the union's health care issues? You know, AJ, you'd make a hell of a politician with your cavalier disregard for deadlines, but you are a CEO, and you have brought this company right to the brink of disaster.
That's not true.
Oh,
I'm doing my job and standing by it. As you never let me forget, which is to save ELQ money.
You won't be saving this company a dime if that shipping division shuts down. You know, the only way that we're going to avoid a full-blown strike is to crawl back to sunny Corinthos with our tails between our legs, and you know how that galls me. Ned would never have allowed this to get this serious.
Oh, how quickly we forget. Ned was faced with the same situation 2 years ago when the union struck.
Yes, but he negotiated like a leader. He came up with a resolution that was financially savvy and it was equitable. And but you overcompensate. You are so busy trying to prove yourself that you make tactical errors. You push when you should be making concessions. What?
You know what? If I'd backed down, you would have said I was too soft on the unions. I don't get it. I can't worry about you anymore because we know that's impossible. I can't please you. My job is to do what's best for ELQ.
You don't know what's best for ELQ. I'm disappointed in you, AJ. You know that? The only thing you have to recommend you is your wife.
Edward, I'm not going to stand around and let you browbeat my son.
I can handle this.
You can't handle anything. Thanks to you, ELQ is in jeopardy. Now, look, young man, if you can't do your job, you are going to be removed.
Is that a threat?
That is a promise. You are down to your last chance. I mean it.
I'm the CEO of ELQ. I cannot be removed without a vote from the board. Now, you could bark all you'd like, but my numbers speak for themselves. Profits are up.
Not for long. We are hemorrhaging money every day that crane is out of operation, and Ned would never have allowed a simple labor dispute to evolve into a full-blown disaster.
What is this about, Ned? I can hear you bellowing out in the driveway.
Oh, Edward is threatening AJ with Ned again.
Save your theatrics, Father. AJ is not going to cave into your bullying, and the board will back him, and you know it.
On the contrary, I can name several board members who will gladly vote against him.
All right, whatever. You know, I'd really love to stay and be your whipping boy, but there is a little matter about dealing with union reps.
No. You have done enough. I will handle the negotiations with the unions, and you just get ready for tomorrow night closing the deal with our European investors. I'm tired of all of this. I can't do everything myself.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. You know, and I just kind of like... I don't know, I choose to look at it as a compliment for grandfather to threaten me like that. It just means he's a little bit intimidated. Excuse me.
You think he really is that cool?
I'd like to think so, but I can tell you from experience that Father's disappointment can really hurt.
What if Edward's badgering just breaks him? What if he takes ELQ away from him? I mean, I'd like to think he has the reserves, but what if they're all depleted and he starts drinking again?
Well, that temptation's always going to be there, so you can only focus on the positive, which is your life and your family.
And for AJ, that is us, Michael, and Lila.
Don't forget about Carly.
I'd love to forget about Carly. Carly is the worst thing that ever happened in his life. Helen, she undercuts him any chance she gets. She got Edward believing that without her, AJ is practically worthless. We've got to prove otherwise.
I couldn't disagree with you more. The worst thing for AJ would be for his parents to try to sabotage his marriage.
Oh, it's not a marriage. It's a trap. And I cannot talk about this anymore because I have to go to the hospital.
Yeah, well, I'll drive you, and then we can talk about it some more.
I don't want to.
I don't give a damn. Monica, you have got to drop this campaign against Carly and focus on finding a way to keep Ned out of ELQ.
What in the hell are you doing here?
I'm Edward's guest. Is that a problem for you?
Well, you know what? If you have to come running whenever Edward whistles, that's your problem. I'm under no obligation to keep you company, so...
Who asked you to?
Sonny. How is he?
Jason?
Who else?
I don't know. You know, he works for me, that's all. I'm no more forgiven than you are.
That's not exactly true, now is it? I mean, come on. At least, you know, you speak to him. You guys probably actually carry on conversations, right? When I'm not even allowed to get anywhere near him, I can't even... You wouldn't wish this on me. I'm under house arrest, okay? My husband is holding my child hostage. Every time I try to go someplace, he threatens to have me recommitted.
I thought you had more guts than that.
Excuse me?
I know the deal Jason worked out for you. You're free and clear. Legally sane, unconditional release. The only way they can send you back to Ferncliff now is if you ran around armed and dangerous.
No, you know what?
What?
You pretend, I mean, you think that you know everything. You don't know, okay? You have no idea what it's like to be locked up in a mental institution, okay? It's like hell. And my child would be here alone being raised by a bunch of crazy lunatic freaks whose idea of love is this dysfunctional...
Well, I never noticed you racking up points in the love department.
Maybe I trashed my own life, but I'm not going to trash Michael's, and I'm not going to let anybody else do that either.
Then why don't you start now by standing up to the Quartermaine? You're only a victim if you let yourself be. Now, that's just my observation.
for a worthless excuse for a human being. Selfish, too. Sometimes you actually have something decent to say.
I know how to take care of myself, same as you.
Reginald told me you were waiting.
Yeah, man, I'd like to know why.
We have business to discuss.
Edward, I was just keeping Sonny company while he waited, and, I took the liberty of inviting him to the ELQ party tomorrow night.
Over my dead body.
I do hope you'll be able to join us tomorrow evening.
I think I can clear my schedule.
I ask you here to negotiate a compromise with the union, not to invite you to a private party.
All right, let me get this straight. You want a favor, but I am not good enough to attend a party in your home?
How dare you? You're the cheat. You are an unscrupulous, immoral blackguard, and I would rather go bankrupt than to have you cross this threshold.
Edward, why on earth are you being so rude to Mr. Grimby?
I think it might have something to do with the fact that I invited Sonny to the ELQ party tomorrow night.
Oh, please say if you'll join us.
Oh.
I do so enjoy your company.
I'd be honored to.
Lila, if you're quite through flirting, I would like to discuss something with you in private.
Of course, dear.
I assume that you're going to be making that phone call to the union, right?
I'll think about it.
That scoundrel is an affront to everything that is decent in life.
So I guess I'll see you tomorrow night, huh?
Well, I guess I have no choice now, you know. Lila's expecting me, you know. So did you invite me here because you want to get back at Edward, or do you have some crazy plan that's going to bore me to death?
Actually, I have some crazy plan that I think that party's going to be one that nobody forgets for a very long time.